Hello, fellow book dragons. So, the last 3 months are usually pretty busy, but I was still able to squeeze in some books this month. Hi, I'm Allie, the literary Sewist. Here in my crafting castle, I create projects inspired by the books I review. Today, I'm going to go over everything that I've read, everything I want to read, and some upcoming projects for this month. So sit back, grab a snack, and let's get started. Oh, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing to my channel for future installments of my bookish sewing goodness. First, a recap of all the books that I reviewed with the sewing project this month. We had The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. We had Heartless by Marissa Meyer, A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow, and The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. You can catch the full review and sewing projects for each one of those books right over here. And I'll be sure to leave a link in the description below for you as well. Some of the other videos that I uploaded this month included how to sew perfect knit bands, how to sew a DIY journal cover, also my 2 ultimate gift guides, the one for sewists and the one for readers. Be sure to share those with your friends and family so they know what to get you for the holidays. Also, I have a really exciting announcement this month. Beyond excited to tell you guys about this. I had wanted to do this for a while, and it kind of came up in the Grimoire Tea VIP fan group. I was talking to a bunch of people in there trying to get Samantha, the owner, to read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue because I'm completely obsessed and in love with it. And we ended up starting a book club. I'm hosting it. It is a Facebook group chat. So if you have Facebook and you want to join us, I will leave a link in the description for you so you can come on over and have some fun with us. Our first book was, of course, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and we'll be doing a book chat for that on December 6th. And our next book, I will tell you about later on in the video. But please, come join us. It's going to be so much fun. We're just getting started. And I can't wait to have more people there to interact with and share our love of books. And of course, it's called the Literary Sewist Book Club, so if the link doesn't work, look for us that way. The books that I did read this month included, of course, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I did give this book 5 stars. It's the story of a woman who is desperately wanting to not be who she is expected to be in 17th century France. She doesn't want to get married. She doesn't want to settle down and have family. She wants to see the world and explore life. She wants to feel like she really lived. Addie made a deal with one of the old gods and now lives an immortal life. But the problem is, nobody remembers who she is once she's left their sight. So what happens when somebody does remember her? I also picked up the audiobook of Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. This is in the Shadowhunter world with a Malik or Magnus and Alec focused story. They're my favorite couple in the Shadowhunter universe, so of course I loved it. It was a great book. I gave it 5 stars. It's an adventure where they have to stop one of the High Princes of Hell, so it's outside of the main storyline, but there's little nuances in these side stories that she does that are so much fun, and I absolutely adored it. Next, I read Finding Hemingway by Ken Dortzbach. It is the story of Callie, who is a corporate lawyer in New York City who's recently lost her job due to corporate mergers. She's kind of up in the air. She gets a job offer, but it doesn't start for another 6 months. Randomly, she gets a phone call from Ernest Hemingway, and she takes off to Spain to find him. And it's a journey of self-discovery. I will be doing a full review of this, but I only gave it 2 stars. So hang out for why, but I will be doing a full review on this one. I also picked up the next book in the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, Crossroads of Twilight. I gave it 3 stars. It was just kind of a filler fluff story compared to some of the other ones. I believe this is the end of the slog, so we'll hopefully pick up the pace in the next one. There are 3 books that I also picked up in November, but I have not yet finished them. The first one is We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. This is the story of Zafira. She is the famous hunter of the Ars. She lives in a world where women are not good for anything except for having babies and being wives and taking care of the household. The place she lives is very desolate and frozen all the time. So she actually goes out into this dangerous wood place called the Ars and hunts and helps to feed not only her family, but several of the other community members where she lives as well. Nasir is the prince, son of the Sultan. He is also the king's exclusive assassin. So their journey comes together when they're both sent on a quest to retrieve an artifact that will bring magic back to the world. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm about 70% of the way in through it. I'm looking forward to seeing how it comes together and what happens. And I know the second book for this comes out in January, so fingers crossed I like it enough to keep going. Also on audiobook, I am listening to The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. Every city has a soul. Every city has a dark side. When evil threatens the city, the avatars of New York, representing the different boroughs of New York, must come together to protect and defend the city itself from these evil threats. It's a little Lovecraftian in ways, but with so much diversity and uniqueness, and incorporates so much of the different types of people you'll find in the melting pot that is New York City. It's really interesting. It's a really cool concept, and I'm really very much looking forward to it. I'm about 60-70% of the way into this one as well, so it's getting intense at this point. So I'll give you an update later on. I also started the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I'm enjoying it so much. There hasn't been a ton of action. It's just starting to kick in. I'm only about 30% of the way into this, but it's really fun. I really like Patricia. She's your typical housewife who she gave up her career because she wanted to take care of her family and raise her children. So she needs friends. She gets into this book club. Book club doesn't work out, so she joins another book club. And they start reading books that are real crime stories or dramas that are really intense. And from what I understand, they're going to start using those skills they learned in those books to protect their neighborhood and their friends and family. So I'm all there for it. I'm having so much fun reading that one or listening to it because it's also an audiobook, but it's been a good time. So the books that I didn't get a chance to start that I had planned to start this month because some other books came in and took over their place and stuff. I didn't get to Legendborn by Tracy Dion. I didn't get to Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson or Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. So those are going to bump down to my December TBR. I am hoping to get to those as well. I've also added to the list, of course. So we've got Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer because I love her so much. So, and I'm looking forward to reading her contemporary love story. It's going to be fun. I also picked up These Violent Delights as my November book of the month pick. And for December, I ended up picking In a Holidays, and I'm really kind of excited to have a cute little rom-com book. I'm not too much of a rom-com girl, but I've got 2 on the list this month. So let's see if I enjoy them. I'm looking forward to both of them. It's going to be a good time. I need some light reading sometimes. I also believe the next Wheel of Time book should be coming into my audiobooks from the library soon, so I will be picking that up. Knife of Dreams is the 11th one, so that should be my next continuation there. And now for the book that we picked for December. We picked up Gideon the Ninth as our book for December. It's a story of necromancers, so I'm very much interested in it. I've heard some really good things about it, and if you come and join us, I would love to hear your thoughts as you read along with us. There's my really long list of all the things I've read, all the things I want to read. Some of the sewing projects I have coming up, I'm going to be doing a couple of different gift guides for things you can sew to give to people. Because we already know what we want, now we need to know what to give other people. So I put together a couple of sewing guides for that for you guys as well. I am having surgery, so all of this stuff has been pre-filmed. I'm hoping to feel a little bit better, and I will film a special video for the holidays coming up at the end of this month, assuming all things go well. Thank you so much for listening to me talk about all the books that I love and all the projects I want to do. So tell me in the comments below what you've been reading, if any of these books sound interesting to you. If you would like to come join the book club, let me know. Make sure to check the description so you can get the links and come join us over there. And let's discuss. I want to talk about books with people. I miss out on all the conversation. So chat with me in the comments, come over and join the book club. I look forward to hearing from you. If any of these books sounded good to you, please give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Future installments of my bookish sewing goodness, reading discussions, and all kinds of sewing projects here at the Literary Sewist. Oh, and ring the bell so you get notified every single time there's a new video uploaded. See you next time.